cooperation and contribution. That is why this is the time to rise above self-preoccupation, selfish endeavors, self-protection and so forth. This is a time to reach deeper within yourself, to a deeper response within you. We are not speaking here to your fears or to your wishes. We are not speaking to your ambitions or to your goals. We are speaking to knowledge within you, for it is knowledge within you that must respond. It is knowledge within you that will bring you to knowledge in the world. It is knowledge that has brought you to a greater community way of knowledge. It is knowledge that has brought you to your spiritual preparation. It is knowledge that will redeem you, restore you and give you a new foundation for life. Knowledge within you must respond to knowledge in the universe, for knowledge within you is interdependent with life. It relies solely upon knowledge in the universe, which is represented by the Creator. Do not think, however, that knowledge within you will do everything for you. Knowledge within you will bring you to those people, those opportunities and those situations that you will need in life in order to advance and to find the true path for yourself, yet it is your ability to respond that is significant here. Your ability to respond, your responsibility, is the essential thing that must be emphasized. It is not your intellectual understanding. It is not your academic education. It is not your cleverness or your personality. It is your ability to respond to something great. And you are able to respond because of the greatness that is within you, which is knowledge. Knowledge within you must find knowledge in others. This is how knowledge is restored, redeemed and kept alive in the world. The greater community way of knowledge is being introduced so that knowledge may be kept alive in the world as the world emerges into the greater community. Humanity's emergence into the greater community will present problems and challenges that you have never faced before. This will call upon a greater development, a greater skill, a greater discernment and a greater desire to contribute than you have ever known before. In the greater community, there are minds and cultures far more powerful than yours. There are minds and cultures which can dominate you. There are minds and cultures which can manipulate you. The strong dominate the weak in the mental environment. This would indeed be the case here, except that you have knowledge within you. Knowledge is the only part of you which cannot be dominated or controlled. This, then, establishes it as your one great advantage in life. No matter whom you are confronted with, no matter what situation you are facing, no matter what challenge or crisis you must contend with, knowledge is the greatest resource that you have. Knowledge will indicate what must be done, what must be learned, what must be avoided and what must be claimed. Here your intellectual understanding will have genuine direction and wisdom behind it. Here your physical skills will have a foundation upon which to function. What you have learned in the world, which represents your intellectual and physical training, will now have a greater foundation that can be guided by knowledge, for knowledge is what they require in order to be truly effective and beneficial in life. Knowledge cannot be corrupted. It cannot be influenced. It cannot be dominated by anything in the universe. It is entirely safe. It is entirely complete within you. This represents a great truth in life. The universe cannot influence the Creator, but the Creator can influence the universe. The Creator's influence is within you now, within your knowledge. Therefore, your real safety in life, your real security, your real foundation and your real immunity from destruction, dissonance and evil are found in knowledge. All other beliefs and foundations that you establish for yourself will not stand in the face of crisis in the world, and they will certainly not stand in the face of greater community intervention. What will stand then? What will stand is the evidence of knowledge. If you can reclaim knowledge and develop your relationship with knowledge, if you can open yourself to knowledge so that knowledge can reveal itself to you, then you will have the greatest strength in the universe. This will counteract any danger to humanity and any danger to you. This gives you permanence and substance in life. This gives you purpose, meaning and direction. Other races from the greater community whom you will encounter will be more advanced than you are in their technology and in their social cohesion. This will give them power and influence over you. However, if you can become strong with knowledge, and if you can translate knowledge into the world through your contribution, then you will advance your entire race and give it a greater foundation and a great ability to adapt, to survive and to succeed. This is necessary, for the greater community will either elevate you or destroy you as a race. This is how great its impact upon you will be. For this reason, a greater calling for knowledge is in the world today. That is why a greater community way of knowledge is being presented now. It is being presented so that those who will pioneer its study, development and application can begin to set the stage and build the foundation for a greater translation of knowledge and wisdom into the world. This is possible because the way of learning how to deal with the greater community and with greater community influences has already been established. You have not learned this, for up until now you have not had to learn it as a race. You have never had to compete with another form of intelligent life. You have only had to compete with one another. However, now you will have to compete with other forms of intelligent life. This represents the greatest challenge that is facing you now. It is for this reason that you need to learn greater community knowledge and wisdom. This will teach you how to contend with these forces, how to discern their presence, their motives and their methods. This will enable you to respond to knowledge rather than being manipulated or governed by external forces. This will give you freedom and permanence, and will give you a power that the world cannot destroy. For the world can take your body, but it cannot take away your demonstration. The world can take away your opportunities, but it cannot take away your knowledge. Knowledge is the greater power and certainty that you have sought in many other things. It is being called for now. You cannot merely wish for it. You must need it, for it is necessary. It cannot merely be a preference. It must be seen as a requirement for your life. It cannot be something you'll just try out. It must be something you'll take on, not only for your own edification and development, but for the world in which you live, for the world that you have come to serve. The stronger you are with knowledge, the more you become a power and a resource within the world in which you live. The stronger you are with knowledge, and the more advanced you are as a student of knowledge, the more you will be able to contend with greater community forces and the great discrepancies in culture and ability that these interactions will present. The stronger you are with knowledge, the more you will know what to do to serve the resolution of the world's chronic problems that have plagued humanity for so very long, and to inspire others to greater action and greater service. The stronger you are with knowledge, the more able you will be to contend with resistance and hostility in the world. As the greater community poses a tremendous challenge to your race, it also offers a tremendous opportunity because it establishes the requirement for real social cohesion among your peoples. It requires that your nations cooperate rather than contend with each other. It requires this because all humanity is in the same situation, and greater problems overshadow it. These problems will require a greater incentive towards development and cooperation. This is the gift of the greater community. With this gift comes great risk, but the opportunity that this gift presents is tremendous and must be continuously emphasized. The only thing that will bring humanity out of its incessant bickering with itself is the overshadowing by the greater community. The only thing that will bring humanity into a true state of cooperation is in meeting a greater and more persistent need that puts everyone in the same situation, and that requires everyone to cooperate and to join forces with one another. It has been evident in all aspects of your history that human beings are able to rise to greatness when great occasions confront them. It is these great occasions that call people into selfless activity and into cooperative endeavors with one another. You now have a great occasion of the greatest magnitude, we assure you. And it will not be momentary or intermittent. It will be continual and pressing. This gives your race the greatest impetus and the greatest requirement for development, for the resolution of conflict, for empowerment and for insight and understanding. These are the benefits of knowledge, yet most people in the world will receive them without ever knowing what knowledge is or how it functions. These benefits will be made manifest in the world because a relatively small number of people have taken it upon themselves to learn a way of knowledge, a greater community way of knowledge. This will make possible a greater translation of knowledge into the world, a translation from which everyone will benefit and which will give humanity a greater promise for the future and a greater ability in the present. You will become a translator as you advance as a student of knowledge, and the translation will happen through you naturally. It is as if a greater set of instincts were now activated and have come into play. Nothing artificial will be imposed. Only temporary restraints will be needed in order to enable you to focus your time and energy and to avoid those things that belittle you and weaken you in the process. The greater community way of knowledge will then find a means of translation within the world. Then God can work more fully in the world behind the scenes, and everyone will benefit without knowing where the benefit came from. And everyone will be able to respond according to his or her current capabilities and capacities, however great or small they may be. This is how benefit is brought into the world. This is how humanity is furthered. This is how greater things are initiated and accomplished in life. The translation of a greater community way of knowledge occurs between worlds and between cultures that are vastly different from one another. This follows a great transference and translation process, a process of such magnitude and seeming complexity that you cannot grasp it intellectually. However, you can experience this process and you can appreciate it, for knowledge within you knows what it is, why it is here and what it must do.